Good morning. So this is our first book study at Downtown Realty. No, actually, I think we had one before, didn't we?
We tried.
We tried. I don't know how well it went. So obviously, a book study is different than a training because a book study, we want discussion. We want you guys to talk. We want your feedback. So how are we going to work that with the Zoom, Jackie?
Okay, so for those that are on via their phones, of course, we'll stay muted, but unmute yourself when you want to share. Raising hands might work too. We haven't really tried that a lot on the computers. And then I know in Visalia, we have the laptop going, but if for whatever reason you're not being able to be heard, we'll probably do also a second phone there that you could chime in through.
Okay. So how many people have read Atomic Habits? Has anybody read it? Read it. I started it with an audio book. Christopher, have you read it?
Nope.
Anybody on Zoom read it? Has anyone? I know Connie has. Anyone else? Anybody, can you talk about it?
Someone started it.
Okay. George, have you read it?
Yes, I have.
Okay, all right. So I'm super excited about it because I run my life by my calendar. So this all ties in to everything that I always train about, which is calendaring because it's habits, right? We have all kinds of habits that we realize we do, habits we realize we do not do, good habits, bad habits. So I'm hoping, so for me, what I want to get out of the book is fine tune my habits a little bit. Also maybe identify what are good habits, what are bad habits, improve the good ones, and the areas that I'm not, there's room for improvement, the bad ones. That's what my choice is. Anybody else have any ideas why they're interested in the book club, in the book study?
I have something.
Chris.
Through being in real estate for so long, you always have like success classes and seminars, and you have all this stuff. And ultimately, it always breaks down to the things that you're doing and the things that you're not doing. And so for me, I have so many bad habits that I'm aware of and not aware of, that I know that everybody, anytime your life changes, it's when you make change in your life. And I'm just super pumped because this is also, I told you, I watched that reel. There was a reel on Facebook because sometimes I'll go through these little reels. And this one guy said, hey, here's 10 books that will absolutely change your life. You will be a different person by the end of it. And this was number 3. And I'm like, what? That's a coincidence that right as soon as you're talking about this book, this is the number 3 book on this dude's list of what's going to change your life. So, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's obvious. I think we all know it, but to actually like implement it into your life is the hardest part. But all successful people that I've ever talked to, they all read books. They always, reading books is really important. And if this is what it sounds like it's going to be, it should be pretty great.
Awesome. Anybody else? Any reason for wanting to do the book study?
I have. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Scott.
The book study is important because like as an accountability. We see the things they kind of triggers you to remind you of that was not trying to work on this. It kind of reminds you to reiterate what is important, these little habits. And they're so small, and so we don't think of it so much, but when we see people that are in that book study, it kind of reminds us more. So I think it's more support. I read this one through an audiobook, and I like the physical book to write notes and make more time for me, but having the book study, the real people to really support you, I think that really helps.
Right. And to also hold us accountable to read the chapters that I'm going to assign. Right, for like next week, we're gonna, that way we kind of hold each other, because that way we can have a discussion. I was gonna start the actual book study this week, but I figured we're all agents, right? So we get, some of us still don't have the book. I'm sure most of us haven't read it, right? So I know how we roll, right? It's right at the last minute. So I thought, okay, we're gonna get together give the assignment, give us a whole week to get what we need done so we can really have a good discussion. There's Connie. Morning, Connie.
Good morning.
What do you think about Atomic Habits? Why did you want to?
I think it's life-changing, and I agree. I need to be held a little bit more accountable. I read it, about 3 months ago. And it's such an easy read, and it has such powerful but yet simple steps. But you just have to own it and do it. And like all of us, I just get busy and go, oh, remember that I was going to do that. So I have to, yeah, I'm excited. I have it on audiobook that I can make. I have saved some chapters and that kind of stuff, but now I can't find anything. But anyway, now I'm excited to do it. And I love doing it with the group.
Brandy
Good morning. Good morning, this is George. Can you hear me?
Oh, now we can hear you, George. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't mean to interrupt. I
No,
just
go
wanted
ahead.
to add a little bit to the discussion. And I think that, it's natural for everybody to have goals, especially in our business. You set a goal of, how much, business you want to write, et cetera. But I think the important thing that we're going to get out of the book is the fact that, there's some scientific processes to help us either create habits or get out of bad habits. And that involves, the 4 things, understanding what a cue is, craving, response, and reward. And I think most of us don't pay attention to that. We just try to, just tough through getting out of bad habits or using willpower and self-discipline to create good habits. And we know, anybody who's ever tried to lose weight or go to the gym or whatever, we know how tough that is if you don't use a good process. And I think the book's going to really help us to understand what those 4 processes are to help with whatever habits you're either trying to do or stop.
Right. Agreed, 100%. Because when I talk to agents, I always tell them, goals are important, but more important to me is what are you going to do to meet those goals? What are you going to do what activities are you going to do for that result? Because you can have goals, but if you have no plan, then it's useless. Anybody else? Any reason why? Cindy?
Sarah.
Oh,
We got Myrna.
where's Myrna?
I just wanted to say that I need to be held accountable. So I did read up to like page 43.
Good.
I'm excited about the book.
Whoa.
I feel like a lot of things I relate to, like habits, obviously, and goals can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
So then I never
Why is it doing?
accomplish them sometimes,
We're losing
So
you.
anyway, I'm excited about this book, and I'm not usually excited about a lot of books. So yeah, anyway,
That's
I know
awesome.
I'm going to finish it for sure.
Yeah. Jackie, why did you want to do this, Jacqueline?
Oh, so for what, I've been in real estate 12 years. Every year I set goals.
Sorry, I'm not sure what happened. I don't know where it cut off.
So for me, I always struggle to finish like hitting them. Like I'm consistently inconsistent, and it's due to bad habits. My bad habits always creep back in. But I also learned from chapter 2 is because I still identify myself as, I always see myself as a work in progress. So I'm never done, because mindset is I always see that I'm working towards it and never see myself as being there.
Right. Right.
Just going off the cover, I mean, I haven't read anything, but it says tiny changes. That's typically where people go wrong. They try to change so many different things at one time that, I'm going to do this, and this, and then you don't end up doing any of it. So
Right.
interested to see when it's gonna.
Set themselves up for
So, and I think a lot of it too is when Atomic Habits, when I first read that, I'm like, oh, big habits. But it's not what it is. It's small changes, big results. So that was interesting to me. So James Clear, I don't know if you guys read the introduction yet or not, but I thought it was interesting. He wrote the book, I believe in 2012 is when he wrote the book. And he had a near-death experience. he got hit in the face. He was in high school, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong. He was in high school and he got smacked in the face with, I think somebody was swinging a bat. He was a baseball player. It hit him across the bridge of his nose. It broke his eye sockets, broke his nose, his brain swelled, and they had to airlift him for medical care where they put him in a coma. And so that was kind of what started his journey. And let's see, he had double vision, and he had to build small habits because it was the only option he had. There was not a magic switch that could flip him back into the life of a young, healthy person and that he had prior to the accident. So he learned this out of necessity to be able to rebuild himself and rebuild his habits. And so I think that is super interesting. I mean, it was near death, and then he comes back and turns that into a positive, which I think is amazing. So if he can do that with a near-death experience, think what we can do in just our normal day-to-day lives, because it may not just be real estate, right? It might be exercise, eating, what else?
Even your thoughts, just your choice of words or how you speak to yourself.
Exactly, exactly. So let's take a little pre-test. Everybody get a piece of paper, and for a minute, I'll start the timer. Let's write down what habits we currently have.
Grab all the pens.
Any habit that you currently have.
Anyone? I think that's wrong. Okay, good or bad, you said?
Anything, wait a minute, I'm gonna tell you go, Jackie's cheating.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
Jackie's cheating.
Hold on.
Sorry, I thought it was
What
already.
are we writing?
We are writing down habits. Any
Good
habit,
or bad?
any habits that you have that come to mind, and you are gonna have 1 minute. Oh, Jared, are you ready? Jared, okay. All right, here we go. Habits, good, bad, go. 1 minute.
It's wet, yeah, exactly, it'll change color once it's in. Yeah, no, I pulled in and I saw that the bucket thing was good enough. Thank you. I just, it's like that with storm since I think this is the worst year for that. So.
Okay, your minute's up. Stop. Okay, so how many habits did you get?
Four.
Four. Anybody else get more than 4? Oh, Connie got 8. 4. Okay, so off the top of my head, I'm gonna tell you my habits.
I got 9.
Okay, I get up in the morning and I turn my alarm off for my house, right? I go to the bathroom. That's I brush my teeth. I go in, I let my dogs out, right? Then I pick up my dog bowls, I bring them back in. While I feed my dogs, while I'm feeding them, I make myself a cup of coffee, right? After that, I go and sit down. I turn the TV on to the news, and then I will do meditation. I will sometimes go to the gym. I mean, think about how many habits. Did you guys think about habits like that? I haven't even gotten to 8 o'clock yet, and I'm already I can think of all these habits, right? So going through your day, some of them are natural, right? Some of them are just natural. Some of them are not. So as you're going through those habits, let's do another 60 seconds and let's think a little bit deeper into this, right? Let's jot down, let's see if we have more habits that we have. And then we're going to go through and we're going to rate them. And we're going to see which ones are serving us and which ones are not. Go.
Oh,
This is Oliver.
hi, Oliver.
He's a bad habit.
Oh,
Actually, training with the dog boosts your immune system as well as reduces stress levels.
Exactly. Releases dopamine. Ten more seconds, right fast. Stop. So how many did we get up to now?
8.
8. 6. Okay, okay,
Like counting the previous ones?
yeah, total.
10.
10. How many did you get, Connie?
12.
Oh, George?
About 6.
6. Okay, so does anybody have any bad habits on that list that they want to get rid of? What's yours, Gunnar?
I forget to change the lid trap in the dryer.
Oh, she doesn't. Is that a habit? Is that a habit, or is that a habit you need to achieve?
Need to have it on.
That's a habit you need to achieve. Angelique, do you have a bad habit?
That's funny.
Try and wake up early and, take food out of the, I always think about moving my body, but I don't always go move my body.
Yeah, so we need,
Body, should I go take food for a walk, and then we'll say this early.
so Angelique wants to establish a new habit, as does Gunnar, which is his lint trap. Pam, what do you got?
I don't know.
Pam, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I think keeping connected with friends.
Yeah, that could be a habit, right? To reach out, because the habit that we have as agents should be our care calls to our agent, to our clients, right? So that's a habit. So I recently started a new habit, which is a care call to my agents. Because I was fortunate enough to have Jackie plug all of the agents into my sync, into my CRM. And now I have that scheduled one a day to call agents. So that's a new habit I'm forming. So that's a habit that definitely is a good one for agents. Cindy, you have one?
Yeah, waking up with 6 empty water bottles next to my bed.
That's a habit you have?
Yeah, I mean,
Cindy doesn't throw her water bottles away.
Oh,
She's drinking the water. At least she's-
I have a similar one, but like they're all spit bottles.
you get them your empty water bottles.
Yeah, yes. Jared, do you have one?
Waking up at inconsistent times, I've always had this, goal to wake up at, 5:30, wake up early, get my day started, and then I'm kind of pressing until 6:45.
Yeah, it's fun.
Similar, so I wake up at 6, but I sleep until 6:30.
Oh, so you're hitting.
Oh my god.
I
Hits,
know my body automatically just gets up. I don't even need the alarm.
you just know at 6:30, it's time to get up. Christopher, what do you, is
I
there
have-
a bad habit that you
I have-
have that you need to stop?
Yes.
Yeah, what is it?
Why you act like you know about it?
Oh, you've got some app.
My ultimate horrible bad habit is I will open up Facebook and I will watch video after video, and before you know it, hours have gone by. I'm like, holy shit, it's 11 o'clock at night. And then I don't care and I keep watching the video
So
on Facebook.
So mine is TikTok. That's my bad habit right now. I get on TikTok and I know time just goes because you're so immersed in that.
Mhm.
That's a waste of time for me. If I don't go to bed on time, I feel like there's more productive things I could be doing, but I have a horrible habit of TikTok. What's yours, Jackie?
Mine is watching TV. The minute I pop on the couch, I watch too much. I binge too much. So I need to prolong getting to the couch to wait later. So at least it's before bedtime.
Right.
It's okay to indulge, but not too much.
Right.
Too early in the day.
You have a habit of watching TV too early.
Mhm.
Anybody else got bad habits or ones they want to form?
Yeah, so we have, Raina has, I hit the snooze too much and drink too many energy drinks.
Oh, Raina, there's, yeah.
Aye, aye.
feel like I can't live without them now.
Jared just hid his energy.
Raina Raquel is doing too much at a time than needing to relax and not doing anything. Overworking herself.
Okay,
Luisa's bad habit is starting off the day with an energy drink, even if he doesn't need it. Well, that's like a coffee for everybody, because when you don't drink it, you'll need it later for sure. Then Sandy says her bad habit is not saying no to people.
oh, that's the one, that's definitely one.
Yeah, what's up, girl?
Work on.
Raquel too.
George, what about you?
Well, the challenge I'm having is making enough calls every day, and I allow myself to get distracted. I have good intentions at the start, and then I get to work or I go somewhere, and all of a sudden my day's shot. I even made myself an Excel spreadsheet so I can kind of hold myself accountable. So I got to work on that. I tend to be goal oriented, but I don't spend enough time on the process or the system which drives the goal. I look at the goal and I don't think to myself, how do I get there? And that's the part I'm missing.
Yeah. Freddie, do you have anything? You must have one bad habit, Freddie.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could say that I get stuck on stuff when like I'm trying to like be a perfectionist, I guess. Like and I just
That was great.
takes too long.
Way too
And that's on some things
good.
that's a bad habit. I mean I got other bad habits I'm probably embarrassed to share, but yeah,
Now you have our interest.
Yeah, now we really want to know.
yeah. So that's where I'm at.
Okay, Connie, what about you? Connie, I don't think she has any bad habits.
Actually, I'm an overtime blocker. My schedule is so tight that sometimes it stresses me out that I can't meet those deadlines. Like if I time block to do something and I'm not done, it almost stresses me out. Like if I'm doing database management and I've only scheduled that, it's usually from like 11 to 11:45. And if I don't get that done, I just like, I failed. So I'm trying to lighten up on my time blocking and time block a little bit more freedom and allowing to for other things to take place.
A little flex time.
Little flex time, yeah. I run pretty tight on my timeline. I know somebody said, "Oh my God, did you time block for that? Because you didn't know." And I was like, "I can't laugh. There's no jokes right now. I can't do this."
Yeah,
I have to
exactly.
stay within my time blocking, and I need to loosen that up a bit.
Yeah, okay. Who's this one, Jen?
Alexis Castro.
Oh, I don't give myself enough time to do things, which then leads me to rushing and overworking myself. Okay, so maybe getting a habit of time blocking better.
I'll teach you.
So our next class after the study will be on time blocking with Ms. Pompey. She will tell you how to do that. Okay, so any other thoughts on habits, what you want to achieve, what goals you want to do, what you're hoping to get out of the book? Does anybody else have anything they want to throw out there? No, I knew this first week was going to be more of just introduction, getting into it a little bit, and then so for the reading for next week, what do you guys think? We've kind of the fundamentals. I mean, should we just stick to the fundamentals, or should we do the fundamentals and the first law? What are your thoughts on that? Is that too much reading for 1 week? That's going to be 91 pages. What do you guys think? Is that too much, or should we just stick with fundamentals?
I don't think that's too much. No.
I don't think it's too much.
But it depends on for those who can't manage their time.
Yeah, maybe we ought to work on the time management.
Maybe I should teach a class next
It's
week.
91 pages.
What-
So for the non-readers, that's too much. They could barely handle the 43 pages. But so we'll have half the people will do
There's
half.
a lot of like diagrams and stuff.
Yeah, a
there's
lot of it is
space.
diagrams.
The print's kind of big.
Yeah, the print's big. It's an easy read, guys. So let's all commit to 1 through 7. read, and then we're gonna get into discussing the book, dissecting the book, what we like, what we don't like, and go from there. Any other comments about the book study? What you'd like to see from us, from me? Any other ideas?
I think it's gonna be nice to, I feel like when people, if you have multiple people reading the same book, I feel like you get different perspectives.
Yeah,
Like, I'm gonna read it and take something from it, and I feel like I'm gonna hear something different that somebody else took from the exact same stuff that's gonna like shine a light on it, and like, so I'm looking forward to that.
yeah. And again, this is not a training. This is a discussion. You don't have to agree. In fact, you don't even have to like this book while we're doing it. You know, if you don't, that's okay. I want to hear everybody's perspective on it, because this isn't, we're all just talking about what we're getting out of it, what we're not getting out of it. And at the end, I think it'll be interesting to see. Was it helpful to everybody? Was it not helpful? Were you disappointed? Was it more than you expected? I mean, I think it's going to be interesting, very interesting.
I was hoping you weren't there on my vision board because I had that one to join a book club and
Yeah,
Yes.
Angela had it on her vision board, and it's happening.
I did like that.
Okay.
Luis just said too, the audio book is a game saver, so that, yeah, somebody's not good
Yeah.
at reading.
So it's on Audible. I have it on Audible, but I get more out of it when I read. I listen to it, and then my brain, I start thinking of other things. I get distracted, and then I realize, oh, 5 minutes just went by and I really didn't hear what he said. So for me, I am listening to the audiobook, but I'm gonna sit down and read it too.
Do they have different voices?
In the audiobook? No, but I think it's him, actually, James, who is.
Oh.
And then if
Good
not,
narrator.
every once in a while, some popular books, you can find them on YouTube where it is read by
Why
someone.
would you like it in an accent or something?
Oh, wait.
I was wanting like
We can understand that.
I was wanting like a.
Just said you can find it on YouTube.
Oh, it's on
Like a-
YouTube.
Yeah, usually a lot of the popular books are on YouTube too, and usually the YouTube ones, it's audio where it's also showing the text. So it's like you're kind of reading along, almost like a karaoke sing along.
I just want like a British accent, female.
Yeah, if anybody would like to read in a British accent to Chris, he might pay you money, I don't know, that's what he wants. So, okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me in this crazy idea that I had to do this book study. I'm super excited. I hope to see all you guys next week. We might have a few more joining us, I don't know. Any last comments anybody wants to make, good, bad, or otherwise?
There were some handouts that come with the book.
Yes, I'm gonna get those out to everybody. There is a time card, or it's a habit card. So you can write your habits down on it and then rate them and go from there. So I'll email that to everybody that's on Zoom or get it to you somehow, and I'll also print some and have them here at the class.
We have it also already on the Facebook in the note. So if you haven't looked through it, it gives you a lot of the information. And if not, I can also forward the email itself.
Right. Okay. All right.
Quick
Anybody?
question, this is Brandy. So we said pages 1 through what?
91.
Okay, perfect.
So break it up and figure out how many pages per day you guys have to read. And time block it, right, Connie?
Yes, time block it.
Yeah.
I'll be checking in.
13 pages a day.
It's 13 pages a day. You guys can read 13 pages a day. We have markers down here that I bought. We've got markers and highlighters if you want to highlight things in the book. Anything you guys want. We're gonna have materials down here. Just come down. Let's make it fun and see what we get out of it. All right.
And put your names on your book.
Oh yeah, because I left my book here last night.
So that way when it gets left behind, we know who's it belongs to.
And next Wednesday is the right day, right?
Yes.
And we will see everybody next Wednesday, ready to talk about pages 1 through 91.
Okay.
All right. Have a good day.